Yellow! Before I start talking about anything, I just want to say today is actually Easter Sunday here in Canada. I'm not sure if Easter is like the same around the world. Either way, I think today is damn Easter for everybody. It is Sunday, April 16th. It's actually 6 o'clock. I just came back from my grandma's. We were eating dinner. I have all these freaking M&Ms, which are just staring at me and they're like, George, can you please eat us, please? And I'm like, girl, no, it's the summer. It's in 2 months. The product that I'm going to be reviewing today is actually the Hylamide HA Blur. Hylamide is actually a Deciem brand which is sold at the Abnormal Beauty Company. I've talked about the Abnormal Beauty Company before. It's basically owned by Deciem. So if I open it up, it's basically this like white and pink colored tube. You get the average 30 milliliters, which is just 1 fluid ounce. So if anybody is actually curious about the Hylamide line, Hylamide has basically 3 different formulas within all their products and they categorize it by different series, I suppose. So the first series is called the Core series. Basically, it's your daily treatments and it deals with more in-depth skincare. So it goes beneath the surface of the skin. It deals with kind of everything that's going under this. The second series is called the Booster series. It's basically just like more specialized care for the skin. And then the third series, which actually the HA Blur lies under, is the Finisher series. So the Finisher series actually deals with things like blurring, radiance, it's photogenic technologies. So in other words, this is basically dealing with the surface of the skin. It's not going to go in deeper and deal with like underneath the skin. So if you're buying any Hylamide products, kind of be aware of those 3 series and what you need the most. Let's talk about the price range for this product specifically. In Canadian dollars, this retails for $19. So initially looking at the box, you were given the claims right away. They are very simple and they are very easy to understand, which is awesome because you don't want something complicated. That way you're kind of like reading and you're like, you know what, I don't even know what any of this means. I'm not even going to pick it up because I don't know what it's doing for my skin. This product visibly blurs, it minimizes the pores, it hydrates, and it also plumps your skin. I'm not sure what it means by plumping your skin. I feel like it means maybe like just making it look more like awake. It hides pores and lines to create a retouched skin finish. In other words, it'll feel like a blank canvas ready for any makeup application. So you'll put it on, it'll just like blur everything. It'll just be this black canvas ready for foundation, contour, girl, whatever you need to hit the club. If anybody's watching who falls under this claim right now, I am so sorry because this product just might not work for you. Unfortunately, the Hylamide HA Blur isn't meant for dry to normal skin. This is targeted more for us greasy, oily kids. And it makes sense because those who have very oily skin tend to have more like visible pores. So dry to normal skin people, I'm so sorry. So now we're gonna open up this bad boy and we're gonna see what it feels like, if it's easy to apply, all those damn things. Except this like tinfoil, whatever you call this thing, is like kind of like hard to peel. Never mind. I'm gonna give it like a shake just to make sure all the product isn't like sunk into the bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna do this on camera, so I'm not gonna use a lot. As you can see, the hue of it is like white. It is opaque, it's not transparent. It doesn't really feel silicone-y, even though when you think of like a blurring formula, you think silicone because it's supposed to like block the pores. It feels very like creamy, which is nice, and now it's like going from this creamy texture to this like tacky, I hate that word, but that like sticky, thick kind of feeling. Let me just go wash my hands and then I will apply this to my face. So I'm going to put a little bit on my hand. I don't think you need that much just because it is kind of thick. I'm going to focus it more where I have like my blemishes, my pores, and that for majority of people is within their T-zone. So now I'm going to rub it in. I will say this, it is thick. It is a thicker cream. I hate applying face products to my face on camera because I get very like red when I do it. Now I'm just going to push it into my skin. Okay, so now that it's on my face, it feels very nice. Like it feels lightweight, which is awesome because you don't want to feel like you have things on your skin throughout the day. It was easy to blend out. It's smooth. Like my skin feels very like a baby's ass. Okay, so basically now that I look damn freaking bald, you be the judge of it. I can't really see because my viewfinder is like a tiny little dinky thing. I'm not sure like really what kind of results you could see. Now that this is on my skin, I am going to apply a full face of makeup upstairs. I'm going to come in, I'm going to zoom it in so you guys kind of see what it looks like with like bronzer and foundation and powder and all that stuff. I will be right back and yeah. So now that we're back, we have layers and layers of cake on. Let me zoom you into my face and you be the judge of that. This is the closest it's letting me get. As you can see, I overdrew my lip because girl, it is not damn existent. From what I could see, this did a really good job. Although I do have very bad skin and I do have very acne prone skin, it did a good job at kind of like flattening that out and just making like a blank surface for any makeup application like the foundation that I had. put on. The one thing that I noticed with makeup is I tend to get oily right here very, very fast. That did not happen whatsoever. It is very matte, around my T-zone at least. No, like no shine whatsoever. Was the Hylamide HA Blur blurring? A little bit. I mean, I don't think it completely like made my skin very like porcelain looking, but it did definitely blur a lot of like my pores. Oh, okay, good. It said it would blur. I think it did a good job. It said it would make your pores look smaller, or it would minimize them at least. It did that. I have big pores because I am very oily, and the oil like tends to like come out from all those pores, and right now it is securing that from any grease coming out. It applied very well. It was first like when I was rubbing it into my hands and even on my skin, it was very thick, but as soon as you spread it out all over like the places that you want to apply it, it becomes very like silky, and then it blends very nice. It does feel like it's kind of like going into your pores, which is nice because it was like easy for me to just like rub my fingers without feeling any like roughness. So out of 10, what do I give the Hylamide HA Blur? I'm usually very generous when it comes to products, and I'm like, yeah girl, I'll give you a 10 out of 10 because you know what, you claim to do this, you did that. Like I do want to give this a 10 out of 10 just because the little things I notice is as soon as if I get shiny right here, I know you ain't effective. You told me you would blur me and you would mattify me, but you didn't do that. I want it, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna stick to like a 9 or a 10 out of 10 just because I am not greasy, and I noticed right away within like having this on for maybe like an hour now, no shine. And I tend to get shiny very, very quickly. So for all my oily, acne prone, very evident pores people who have similar skin like me, for the main purpose that it is $19 and it does exactly what those other primers I had stated before as well. They minimize your pores, they don't make you look greasy, they mattify you, and this does exactly that for maybe like half the cost. This is $19 Canadian. Anyways, that is all I have to say for the HA Blur. I think it is a wonderful product, and I think I would recommend this to a lot of people with oily skin. You don't necessarily have to have oily skin, even if you're acne prone. I feel like this would like kind of flatten that so your makeup, or at least your foundation, doesn't look like bumpy over any pimples or any blemishes. So girl, mwah! I don't want to kiss it because I have lipstick. HA Blur, you effed me up in a good way. Anybody watching, I will maybe see you in the next video. Maybe not, maybe you hate me, I don't know. I'm kidding. Anyways, yeah, T2Ls.